Wolverhampton plus 230 against Anthony Spurs. Oliver Skip plus 120. Tottenham is. The draw is plus 240. I think this is a game I'm going to be betting the draw. Everything points to an absolute snoozer here, and you guys are kind of in the same spot as me. BJ, we'll go with you first.
Yeah, cue up a 7-goal thriller.
Maybe it's a 4-4 draw.
Like I'm dead serious. How on earth is Wolves going to create one expected goal in this match? Like, how are they going to do it? We just saw Chelsea go up against Tottenham, like Anthony mentioned. It was a completely dead game. They were completely ineffective at breaking down Tottenham's low block. They only created half an expected goal. Wolves for the season, counting their match against Liverpool today, has only created over one expected goal 8 times. 8 times. In those 8 times, it came twice against Bournemouth, Leeds, Liverpool, Chelsea, Nottingham Forest. There was a penalty in there. Leicester and Brighton. There was also a penalty in there. The common theme with when they're playing, common theme with the Wolves, quite frankly, is that when they're playing teams in the bottom half of the Premier League, they can create stuff from open play. Like, they're pretty decent. But as soon as they have to play a top half defense, they completely fall apart. And if you remove the first Liverpool match, if you remove the Liverpool match, since the World Cup break, that's the first Liverpool match, when they created 2 expected goals. If you remove that match, they have created 2 big scoring chances since we got back from the World Cup break. And it's just the same story over and over and over again. It doesn't matter who the manager is. It's just a Wolves team that cannot get the ball inside the box and just takes so many shots from outside the box. And it was very prevalent the last time these two teams faced off. I don't care that Bruno Lage was the manager then. Wolves in that match outshot Tottenham 20-11. 12 of those shots came from outside the box, and only one of their 20 shots had an XG rating over 0.1. Wolves defensively, though, I would consider them a fairly average defense. Like, they're 11th in non-penalty expected goals allowed, 9th in big scoring chances allowed. They defend both crosses and set pieces pretty well. So it should, be a decent matchup against Tottenham, who are in a look-ahead spot with a very, very important match against AC Milan on Wednesday in the Champions League. So I like both teams to score now. At plus 105, I projected at minus 115. I do not understand how Wolves is going to score in this match unless it's a banger from outside the box that Fraser Foster makes an error on.
Anthony, you're kind of going in a similar way here.
Yeah, I feel like this happens once a week. BJ goes first. He makes a convincing case for BTTS no. I bet under 2.5. The game ends 3-0. So I
like the benefits of both teams score no, Anthony.
Well, it could end 1-1 too. I think there's a decent chance this does, but I like under 2.5. You mentioned it with the crosses and the set pieces. Like, Wolves are a good set piece defense. They're a good crossing defense. That's important against Tottenham. But the other end of the pitch, look, if your plan against Spurs is to just get the ball out wide and cross it in over and over and over again, good luck. I mean, they're just very good defense at doing that. And they have been a little different under Stellini. With Conte, recovering, not on the touchline. They've been more aggressive. They've been contesting midfield. I was actually impressed with the defensive performance against Chelsea, not just because they defended the penalty area well, but because they prevented Chelsea from just walking into the penalty area. I mean, going back to the Tuchel days, it was striking how different that kind of game was, where Spurs couldn't get out, defending for their lives in the box, versus this game where, a lot of the Chelsea disruptions came in the midfield by Tottenham's midfield. So I don't know if it's a tactical thing or if they've decided they're going to give it a go, but they're going to be on the ball more in this match, though. That is a little scary because Wolves could have some transitions. Like, you remember, though, that first match, it was Tottenham possession. Tottenham loses the ball. Wolves get a 3-on-2. Wolves screw it up. They end up settling for a horrendous shot, and they just kept doing that over and over again. So the shots at one point was like 8-0 for Wolves, and I was like, geez, Tottenham are getting cooked here, but none of those chances had any actual chance of going in. So, I agree. I like the under. Tottenham gave Kane a rest today, created less than one expected goal against Sheffield in the FA Cup.
We shouldn't have been there. Wrexham should have been there.
It should have been Wrexham. I would have loved to have bet Wrexham. I was happy to bet Sheffield instead. Easy spot. But I like the under here, and Spurs unders.